the Karens. I need more daring characters, more daring guests, almost like the prison mate. He was really cool even though he was a borderline serial killer. That's what I need. This, I can't do that. She can't do this. I'm tired of people what I can and cannot do. I run this show, I run this department. You don't like it, who gives a damn? Not me. What are we wearing for today's show? No, none of that's gonna work. I need more skin showing. My Chef Gorgeous is not here today, so I'm with Chef Daniel. Isn't he hot?
Yeah.
We're making lasagna, so you guys can learn this at home. Some tricks and trades in the Neomi kitchen. Hey, Kelly, did you see my episode last week? Epic, right?
She's so rude. She's always talking down to us. I feel like quitting.
Where's my coffee?
I heard Jessica in the back talking crap about me, saying I'm over-demanding, rude, and too bossy. So do yourself a favor.
We're ready in 5, 4, 3, 2.
We back with the Naomi Talk Show. How y'all doing? I'm Naomi, and this is the Naomi Talk Show Season 2. Y'all back. I'm back too. We got a new guest here. How are you doing? The show is about to start. Are you guys ready? Because I might bring the drama. I might bring the sassy, but the comedy is always going to be here. If you got a problem with that, bye, girl. That's your problem, not mine. Well, the show is definitely starting now, so I guess we'll see each other after the show. I hope you enjoy it. It's going to be fun. See you guys later. Hey guys, welcome to a special edition of The Naomi Show. We're going a little spooky today, so if you're afraid of possessed dolls like Elizabeth Hughes, then I suggest you not watch this episode. But I mean, you can't be afraid of Miss Elizabeth. Look at her. She's so innocent. But this video is rated 18 or older, so be aware. Let's get into the show. Hey y'all, welcome to an all-new episode of the Naomi Talk Show. This is a different episode, an episode you guys are gonna love now. Most of these episodes are not gonna look as good as this one. I came back to fix this episode, bits and pieces of it, not all of it, but the beginning I could not stand the way I looked when I created this. Sorry for it coming back and scratching the whole beginning, absolutely not. I'm sorry for nothing. I'm a perfect perfectionist. This is what I do, this is who I am, so I'm gonna come and fix it when necessary. I'm gonna do my best to try to remember everything that I said in the last monologue without screwing it up or having to redo it, so bear with me, but I had to start a beautiful beginning. I just absolutely had to do something super gothic and super couture, you know what I mean, to go with the aesthetic of the show. And she's a doll, but I was not given the same energy she was giving in their damn outfit that I was wearing. And we already know what the show is gonna be about, and we know it's already gonna be about dolls, a haunted doll to be exact. Now, I'll talk about her in a little bit. So how I had my character look the first time around did not look as good as the doll that I was representing on this episode, and that's a mess. So I went with this kind of look where I had a veil over my face, but it didn't end up putting the veil on my face. It ended up putting kind of dots and stuff over my face. It looked so gross. You'll still see it in the show because that's some of the bits I left in it. I couldn't delete that because the humor and the comedy that scene delivered gave it a pass. And so everything that I thought looked good once we started to film it, it just was straight trash. I was saying to my husband last night, like, hey, I gotta go in here and fix this episode. It is so ugly in the beginning, I just cannot. But so I'm happy now because I look good as shit, and this episode is gonna be super funny, but that's the important part. I wanted to look good somewhere in this episode as well. That would have been so unfair. Taping this episode literally a week before it releases. It's Wednesday today, releases next Monday. Working on it right now as we speak, which is crazy, but I don't care. It is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do when things don't work out. Now, the episode worked out, just the look did not work out, but you will end up still seeing the look anyways, but you get my point. Now, some of the things that I talked about are pretty much old at this point, so I'm not gonna bring up some of the things that don't even matter anymore because it's expired at this point. But I will bring back one joke that I made. Remember that time when the orange pumpkin was on the escalator and he got upset when the escalator broke down, so he was blaming that it was a conspiracy? Well, the joke I made is if he would have read the song before getting on there, it's a certain weight capacity, so maybe the escalator at the time wasn't having none of it. It said, not for you, sir, you're too heavy. So then I also said it's so funny when she got on it first and he got off, then the escalator started to work again, but then I was sad to myself. You know, the escalator got feelings too. He was so upset and so embarrassed, but you don't think the escalator was embarrassed when you climbed up on there with your heavy self and just broke the system altogether? I'm sure when you got on the escalator said to self, I'm out of commission. No, bro, not happening today. There's some stairs over there that you can walk up, but then again, we already know he's too old to do that. But I was saying in my next joke that sometimes when he's walking around with his wife and the look on her face be like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be around him. And the look is just on her face. The expression on her face sometimes tells it all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, you don't want to be bothered or she don't want to be touched. So I'm like, he likes to control everything around him. Haven't he got like a therapist or some type of evaluator to kind of pull aside and say, when we're out in public, can you put like a smile on your face? It's embarrassing because people think that you don't like me or don't want to be around me. But the funny thing is, you should probably tell him, but I don't like you and I don't want to be around you. Or does he have to pay her to do that too? Because that would be a tragedy for him, not for us. Because it's very, very laughable. Like, I got enjoyment out of seeing her swipe him away. Like, go away. I mean, the whole documentary was sold to make us believe that it was kind of like her as a first woman, right? But it was like playing Project Runway. We had that on TV, bro, already. Yeah. The funny part is that they don't try at all to hide that from the public. Yeah. It's like so apparent that it's like an arrangement. I just think it's so darn hilarious too. Like, he got such an issue that people like late night hosts don't like him and comedians don't like him, but your wife don't like you either. I would say start at home, bro. Before you try to change the country's mind, change your wife's mind, because that's the thing that matters in the end. She's the person you have to come home to, not us. Sorry, I jumped into the show without introducing what the show was all about. If you're new here, of course, my regulars know who I am. How are you doing? Did you miss me, boo? I missed you too. But I'm Naomi, and this is the Naomi Talk Show, where I sit down with some of my guests of the show and we talk out our issues. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And then we go about our business. And you know, I try to help some of my guests with their life or issues, but I'm no Dr. Phil. I got my own set of issues. I got a temper issue. Y'all seen it. Well, if you like this type of show, my show, the one you're watching right now, take a seat. Enjoy yourself. If you like what you saw today, make sure when the show is over, you hit that like and subscribe button. Okay, so this episode today is a special one. It's about my friend who's made out of porcelain, and her name is Elizabeth. And this is not my friend that I'm talking about, but she looked very similar to her, and her name is Elizabeth, and she knows a girl, you know.
You know Annabelle, right? She's my sister, and she straight up stole my gig. The horror movie. Elizabeth came to my show today to let her know she's not happy with her sister. That role was supposed to be her, but she said Annabelle stole it from underneath her.
Elizabeth came here to let her sister know she's not about her games. She know what time it is, and if she wants to step out sin, we can do that too.
Elizabeth is not happy that her sister stole her script, ran off to Hollywood, and took the role that was meant for her.
I'm gonna run my fade regardless if Annabelle wants to or not, and she know what she did. She know it was wrong. She gonna catch these hands. Well, that is Elizabeth's words, and that's not my words. I didn't say that I don't got no pressure with Annabelle. I don't know what she on, but I don't got no pressure. Make sure when you feed Annabelle, wherever you go after this, make sure you let Annabelle know that Elizabeth wants a clap back, and she'll meet outside in the parking lot. But thank you for coming out here and doing this role play scene with me. I appreciate it. Now you can go and make sure you don't fall, because I don't got no super glue. Henry, welcome to the show. You've specialized in haunted dolls for 20 years.
That's right. And most people think dolls are haunted by ghosts, but often it's residual energy. This one has a strong attachment.
It certainly feels heavy. I wouldn't want that in my house overnight.
Ghosts aren't just here to scare us. They are trapped by unresolved emotions, often tied to objects like these dolls.
It's not the house that's haunted, it's the attachment to an event, a betrayal, or a sudden violent end.
I understand now.
They get haunted because they're vessels for spirits.
Exactly. So you need to cleanse them properly.
And that prevents any new spirits from coming in. Dolls get haunted because spirits attach during creation.
To fix them and prevent more spirits from entering,
You must perform a proper cleansing ritual.
Should we be afraid of haunted dolls?
Honestly, no. While the stories are compelling, the actual risk is minimal if we approach them with understanding rather than fear. That's a common concern, but the real issue isn't the dolls themselves, it's the energy attached to them. Most dolls just carry residual energy from their previous owners. But the truly haunted ones, yes, they often come with demonic attachments.
Henry, if my house is genuinely haunted, should I just pack up and move out?
Moving is an option, but first you need to document the activity.
If we move somewhere else, do the spirits normally follow?
That's a great question. Often, yes. It depends on whether the spirit is attached to the location or the individual.
How can we help these spirits move on? Is it possible to cleanse them?
Yes, but it requires understanding their attachment to the doll.
Yeah.
We use specific rituals to guide them.
How accurate were the Conjuring movies to real life?
Surprisingly accurate in some regards, especially the atmosphere, but they often take liberties, especially regarding the artifacts.
Yeah. How many haunted dolls have you seen in your 20-year history?
Are we counting the ones that talk back or just the silent ones? Define haunted.
Have you never been scared to visit a haunted house alone while cleansing it?
Honestly, fear isn't part of the equation when you know what you're doing.
How do ghosts make objects fly against the walls and move?
They manipulate the kinetic energy around the object using psychokinesis. Psychokinesis is how spirits interact with our world. In a haunting, ghosts use this energy to move objects, especially dolls, causing the phenomena we observe. When we talk about ghosts and haunted spirits causing things to move in a house, we're talking about psychokinesis. It's mind over matter, focused through objects like these dolls.
Yeah.
Completely amazing that you enjoy going into haunted houses and taking dolls out of there to bring it back to your studio and you're not freaked out by it.
Ghosts are simply residual energy. They can't actually harm you.
So the dolls are just misunderstood then?
There's nothing to be afraid of when it comes to ghosts. They are simply misunderstood echoes of the past.
I hope you're right, Henry.
Dolls are not meant to hurt you or scare you. It's the energy.
We're gonna go to commercials and we'll be right back on the Naomi Talk Show with Harry.
When we come back, we'll discuss the provenance of the doll.
All right, but I must interject about the rumors you mentioned earlier. Are you looking for a really fun game? With Fridays, every 3 Fridays of the month, you can look forward to me in my game show. Name the capital of the Czech Republic. Go ahead, Anja.
Prague!
That is correct. You're right. I'm acting out something you might do to clean up. What is it?
Yes! Sweeping the floor!
You're right. For 500 points, what is the largest mammal on Earth?
The blue whale!
That is absolutely correct. You're right. Does anyone know what Naomi hates the most on her show when it comes down to wearing certain items?
She hates cardigans.
Does anyone know what we're doing right now at this very moment?
Yeah. We're making a commercial for NeomiTV. Watch it Friday.
Action!
Welcome back to Primetime, but I know you missed me. Cut.
Hey, you're watching Naomi TV. I'm Naomi, obviously. And yes, maybe this network has AI in it, but don't ever insult me and think it relies heavily on that because you would be mistaken. Don't check me, check yourself. The only channel bringing you animation straight out of the box with absolutely no restrictions. Get ready for anything and everything. Subscribe now.
So if that's what you're looking for, Naomi TV is the place for you. You want animation with a little bit of attitude? I'm your girl. Just look around. You see all the stuff that we have on the screen. Movies, TV shows, sitcom, late night. You can't be bored over here. All right, so I got movies to make, talk shows to run my mouth on, and late night to make you laugh. I gotta go, but like I said, check out our YouTube library right now.
Honey, have you heard of Naomi's fabric softener chips? They make everything in your pants disappear.
What do you mean?
I mean, if you have letters or files or something you don't want the world to know about. Honey, that's too much. Honey, do you have something to hide?
Absolutely not. My clothes just needs to be cleaned. That's what you said. It cleans pants and clothes and evidence. Hey.
Well, our family has nothing to hide. My husband's just overly excited, but get Naomi's fabric softener in stores right now. It's the best.
We also heard about Naomi's fabric softener sheets.
Yes.
And they are completely amazing.
We erased our mother-in-law. My mother-in-law gave us this sweater.
Good thing we use Naomi's fabric softener chips.
This is the best fabric softener sheets ever.
I must recommend
These are life-changing. Literally, they will change your life for the best. No more drama, no more weird smells. They smell like flowers. Thank you, Naomi. You saved our household.
We're back from commercial and we're still sitting here with Harry as he's explaining to us about ghosts, demons, and hauntings and that they're not all scary, but you know it's scary, Harry. The scary part about this is, Harry, that I looked horrible in the last episode that I filmed to this same exact episode. I have a haunted doll on set. Is that going to be a problem when she leaves this set?
Absolutely not. As long as the containment procedures are followed, the entity remains bound to the doll. That's precisely the issue. When these items are used as props, the spiritual residue latches on. The residual energy clings to the object long after the haunting is resolved. They become tethered.
So the ghost is essentially stuck in the doll, unable to move on.
Yeah.
Some movie studios are haunted because of the props they use. Is that still a possibility?
Absolutely. Many historical props carry residual energy. It's because they use authentic relics as props. These spirits attach to the objects, and once they're on set, they don't care if you're filming.
Sometimes they even say some actresses were haunted or possibly died because of spirits. Is that true?
It's more complex than simple haunting.
That's true.
If that's true.
That is absolutely true.
The problem is the entity attached to the prop doesn't distinguish between the role and reality. It latches onto their psyche.
So the haunting follows them home. I got anger issues. The demons and spirits latch on the people who are very angry all the time.
Exactly. They feed on that negative energy.
Do you believe that evil entities help people who are angry be much more angry and have them act out more?
Yes, absolutely. It's their primary food source.
Demons and spirits feed on the raw energy of human rage and anger. It is their primary food source in this realm.
You're very strong-spirited. Does it keep them away, like a got no hold back type of attitude?
Absolutely. A powerful aura acts like a shield. They sense.
When you have a tough spirit, it's harder for the demons and monsters to get in.
I also think you're quite handsome for a ghost chaser.
Yeah.
You know, like Ghostbusters, you're real handsome.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Well, I want to thank you so much, Harry, for coming and hanging out with me and let me and my audience know about that particular doll and every doll on the show.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Like I said earlier in the show, I'm going to look quite different, not as good as I look now, so pray for me. But you know, like I said, the part where I sit down with Elizabeth was one of the funniest parts, so I could not scratch that. I just think it was too good, but you guys can tell me otherwise if it isn't.
But Harry is going to stick around in case something crazy happens. I got him backstage to run out and take the spirit away.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. So he'll be here in the back, but he'll be back to the show again.
Well, thank you very much, Harriet. You were so much fun. I can't wait for you to come back to the show. We're going to Elizabeth now.
Haunted doll specialist, what is your experience?
I've seen things I can't explain!
Oh, Elizabeth, welcome to our show. I'm so glad you could come on my show and be a guest. You're so cute. Someone would think you were creepy, but you're cute to me.
So I heard a lot about you. I heard that you were originally supposed to play the role of Annabelle in The Conjuring. Is this true? And how did Annabelle get the role that was supposed to be for you?
Well, Miss Honey, you're gonna have to ask Annabelle how she stole my part because it didn't belong to her, that shady bitch. She knows better not to double-cross me because I'm not the girl.
I was conjured here by the devil after that fat pig ran through your stage. He was full of evil and conjured up some dark spirit running through your studio. That's why I'm here. But Annabelle knows I'm not the one to be played with. I'm the evil, the one the darkness fears in your closet where you hear the creaks in the floors.
I've been busy dealing with devil stuff that day when I was supposed to go to the audition. But the spirit just wouldn't let me leave the house, and Annabelle got there first.
So she stole your gig, huh? That is messed up. She is shady. Who does that to their friend? Just gonna hop up on somebody else's will and take the gig from underneath them?
Wait a minute, that sounds like somebody we know. Yeah, people just be trying to change the world, that's what they say.
Sorry to tell you, sweetie, but it looks like you got dents in your floor from where he went running through. You might want to get that fixed.
And Naomi, who told you Annabelle was my friend? Ooh, that shade of bitch. She ain't friends with nobody. They got a place in hell for her, but oh wait, she been there already.
Apparently y'all got a tougher time up here than we do down there, if you know what I mean. But, I mean, he already the shade of orange. Why would he want to wear red? Lucifer ain't happy about that. That's why he sent me here to have a conversation with you.
Tell your friend he don't want no problems with the man downstairs. When he's mad, a lot of y'all gonna pay the ultimate price.
I mean, he wobble around here talking on the boss's name, and the boss don't like that. I mean, he takes a lot of people's hearts and souls, but he don't want none of his too much pig fat around it.
Where did you get the impression, Elizabeth, that he was our friend? He's some of the country's friend, but he is not my friend, honey. You better take several doll seats over there.
And apparently, if you wasn't watching backstage, I was saying earlier, he don't have no friends, hate friends for 5 minutes, and the next 5 minutes, he got a bounty on him.
I don't know, sometimes when it's kind of hot down there because it doesn't have any AC, I watched a little bit of TV.
And on TV, y'all was shouting and screaming like y'all was at a Taylor Swift concert. Yeah, I know Taylor Swift always crying about her boyfriend, but how are y'all a fan of him? He old. One more time, Elizabeth, I told you get the attic dust out your ears. I said he's not a friend of mine. He's a friend of half of America, but I ain't that half. Damn, I don't know what little girl left you up in the attic for 15 years, but you hard-headed. I know your body is made of glass or porcelain.
So before me and Elizabeth get more into this conversation, I wanted to go visit a store where they have a lot of haunted stuff from hundreds of years ago, not including Elizabeth because she's here.
Hold on, hold your heart cake, sweetheart. You're doing too much.
Oh.
Is there a problem, Naomi?
I was talking to my audience. I was not talking to you, so take the hot mic and put it somewhere else with all that doll energy, honey. So back to my audience and viewers, how y'all doing? Let's take a look at this scene from earlier.
So we're in a store full of haunted things, including Miss Elizabeth here, and the store owner says he has so many haunted items.
So when is the first time that you knew you was a haunted doll, Elizabeth? When is the first time you knew you wasn't just a regular Barbie?
Or who said I'm evil? I never said I was evil. I just thought I was a doll. That's it. That's all. What are you trying to say? Now, if you're trying to accuse me of being like some Chucky or Annabelle, you got me twisted. They got a gig from me, not the other way around, sweetie. I'm the original evil doll. Like I said, my sister Annabelle, so-called sister, so-called friend, took my gig. That movie was made for me. All of them.
Well, you wouldn't in a glass in the store and then happen to get outside of the glass and then be on your evil journey. You know what I'm saying?
I already said this to you. That's not me. You're thinking of the movie The Conjuring. That is Annabelle. That is not me. Bring her up again or you're gonna run yourself a problem.
Well, didn't you say that you and her looked exactly alike? You kind of look like her. All you need is the white dress and I can see the resemblance.
First of all, Naomi, I'm not your damn sis. Second of all, we know you let a few spirits out here in the streets, if you know what I mean. That was quite evil. You better put a sock in your mouth and do not finish those synthesis. I promise you it won't be good for you, because I'll put you back in a doll box. Do I look scared of you? I'm far from that. You might have scared half of your guests off this stage, but I ain't one of them. I can drag you somewhere if you want to keep running these games.
I apologize. I'm sorry that I felt like I came out of pocket. I mean, I didn't think a piece of glass and some hair would have personal feelings.
First of all, you said I'm a piece of glass and some hair that is insulting at best. I'm way more pretty, even if I'm made out of porcelain. I heard she was in the Bible, Neomi, you know, the dark part. You know how, like, Mary had a little lamb, but you didn't have the lamb nor Mary. But it was something like lady that walks the night lady deck, jumps in car after car, driving through the city to catch a breeze.
You want to talk about evil and secrets? You've been up here doing this talk show for 2 seasons now. Did they know your secret?
Elizabeth, shut your damn mouth right now. If you say anything, I will pull out the holy water and condemn you back to the place you belong. Zipper that lip.
Turn the camera off. You little bitch, shut your mouth.
Oh, God, I'm sorry, Naomi.
Did I touch a nerve? Did I wire something inside of you that just hit that right nerve at the right time?
Listen here, I asked you 3 times to respect my gangster. And did you? Absolutely not. You called me evil and old and ugly.
Look inside the mirror. I don't have to tell you anything about you being ugly. Just look in the mirror, what do you see? An ugly, dusty doll.
The fact they're there is the fact feels whack, but it's definitely intact, girl. You got dust still on your hair from 100 years ago. Don't get mad at me, but keep my name out your mouth, sis.
I told you I am not your sis, and I don't give a darn. How old do you think I am or how much dust is in my hair? Ooh, it's a poor pity. I definitely hit a nerve today. I'm so proud of myself. They call it call girl.
Elizabeth, you bring that up one more time, and I swear me, and you are gonna be on this ground squaring up, and you gonna run this fade.
Who are you talking to, Naomi? You definitely wasn't talking to me because I'm definitely not afraid of you any day of the week unless you want that wig removed off your head.
You picked with me this whole entire time. You were supposed to give me an interview, not be trying to read me.
But when Naomi, we both are ordinary, aren't we? I'm a doll and you are, what is it again?
Would you like to get inside the box? Or would you like me to shove you inside the box?
Oh, that is so flattering. You threatening me because I'm hurting your feelings. All your poor feelings. I don't give a shit. What happened down there? Elizabeth the demon shake you on your head too many times. Will, you just came out very delusional, very nuts, very crazy. Looking for an ass whooping.
Oh, wait a minute. John already did that, right? And tell John I said hello. Now you disrespect me, Elizabeth, for the last time. I'm not gonna tolerate your disrespect. Not today, not yesterday, and not 100 years ago when they made your ass watch your mouth. Now, Elizabeth didn't mean to say any of the things that she said earlier. She was just talking crap. She doesn't know what she's saying. She's a dog.
I meant everything I said. I don't know what you're talking about. I meant everything I said, and it's the truth. Like I said, I meant everything I said to you, Naomi. You was rude. I'm calling you out.
Is there a problem? Stop telling lies and stop making my audience think things about me that isn't true. Okay? You being hella messy.
Now, you said I was lying on you. Read this piece of paper.
What does it say?
Exactly. I got it hand delivered. Give me this receipt.
So that's why the hell I called you evil, because you're going to sit up here and blackmail me on my own damn show, blackmailing me. You can never trust a doll, special evil one. Excuse me, my view is an audience. God bless this ugly ass wig that I'm about to show y'all in 2 seconds.
Oh, I hated this look. You're right earlier, that was a busted wig.
Oh, it was so ugly. I mean, hair was going everywhere. You know what, my audience, my viewers, Elizabeth, let's not do too much. Let's not do too much, y'all trying it with me. I know the way was ugly, but let's not do too much.
That's how it was making dolls back in the orange pumpkin days, right? Glass and porcelain, what may concern, it would cut somebody if it fell the wrong way.
No, I don't know how you do it up here, Miss Naomi, but how we do it down there, mind your throat, because I'm not going to do too much of that. I'm ready when you're ready.
Y'all, humans be having way too much attitude, but I don't have no reason to have attitude. Y'all get to go to sleep. We stay up forever.
You got a little sassy in your walk, Miss Thing. I like you a lot, but I don't give a damn where you come from or where you reside. You piss me off, Pokemon can get it. No offense to you, Pikachu. I don't got no issues, you cute, but Miss Thing, Elizabeth, and my queen, just a little evil doll in a red dress over there, cut the attitude, girl.
There's no means to threaten me because I know all your secrets. And what these people don't know about you, remember those streets 10 years ago.
But we know, Miss Thing, you weren't doing no talk show 10 years ago. You definitely was talking, but it wasn't on a show.
But we know, Miss Thing, you weren't doing no talk show 10 years ago. You definitely was talking, but it wasn't on a show, and maybe doing a little bit of walking, too.
Elizabeth, I'm gonna tell you one more time, stop playing with me, girl.
I'm so sorry, Naomi, that you were trick-or-treating, but it wasn't no candy. Why get mad at me? Get mad at John.
Listen up, you busted Raggedy Ann doll. Keep playing with me, and hell ain't gonna be the place you need to worry about going.
I'm not here to hate.
Was it John? Hasn't he not called yet? It's the money. He still owes you money, doesn't he?
Listen, you've been running your mouth this whole time. I will put you back in a doll box. Do you hear me?
God, I'm sorry, Naomi. You're so sensitive. Is those extensions, the braids in your hair, too tight? And maybe we should call the braider so we can loosen some.
You know I've been alive for 110 years. I know I don't look like it, but Donald does.
I think I know the reason why they chose Annabelle over you. Maybe it's because she didn't look creepy out the door. They had to put makeup on her. You already ugly.
Maybe you're right, Naomi, and you have a point, my dark, empty black soul. How will I ever recover? I guess that's what John thought too.
Are you trying to piss me off on purpose? What are you trying to say, plastic bitch? And get to your point. Are you trying to say about these streets? Is that what you're trying to say?
I don't know how you got this show. How can you help somebody when you so darn sensitive yourself can't take a good joke to save your ass? Need some therapy. Oh, and before I go, Epstein said to tell that to pay-wearing bitch keep his name out of his mouth before he released the Black Diary. I don't know what that means.
Why are you telling me? I don't know his ass. I keep telling you I don't know him, girl. What part of that are you not understanding? Have your soul left your body?
Well, my master has sent for me, so I guess we'll have to pick this up later so I can piss you off some more. I was having such a good time, and yet your weave is still in your head.
That little witch better be paying for that hole in my floor she just put in there. These wicked demons, you can't trust them in a doll. Can't trust them in a suit. No, I might have got read to fifth by a possessed doll, but that's okay. It's called taking one for the team, not in that way, but you know what I mean? I ain't trying to sue nobody. But that dry bitch was funny. I mean, your hair looked like it hasn't been brushed since the dinosaurs were extinct, and that red little dress she was wearing looked like it belonged to the orange pumpkins, grandmothers, but that's not there. She was cute. She could read, but she could have caught one. If you hear in spirit or something like that, the next time you come back, you better make sure you got some insurance, because I'm gonna run a fade. What I say wrong? Okay, what, Naomi, she's a doll. Why would you do that to a doll? Number one, she's a possessed doll. Number two, I do not discriminate. Let's be clear. I mean, do you blame me? The little heifer called me a street and said I walked. I mean, she wasn't lying, but at the end of the day, don't be telling my damn business you don't know me, ho. But like I was saying, I know how to be the butt of my own joke. Some people need to stop being so damn sensitive. Maybe if y'all were, they could have laughed with you.
I had so much fun today with Elizabeth. She is so cute, and really, honestly, I love when people roast me. It is amazing, but you best to be good at roasting me.
3, 2, 1.
Get my clap back. I'll see you again for sure. I don't need no insurance. I'm already in hell.
So I will see you next week with an all-new episode of my show. It ain't open to the fat lady. Thanks, honey. You got me for life. Just keep those views up, boo. Come here, you little brat.
Thank you, guys. I had so much fun today. I hope you enjoyed me and Elizabeth on my talk show today. You'll see me and her in a future film this fall around Halloween.
Make sure you give Naomi a thumbs up for this video. I might have to visit you in your nightmares, just kidding.